Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today we're going to be working on that. Yeah, made some changes, got some things updated, and we'll actually walk through the process. First, we have to get started, so let's go. So happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week and a terrific day thus far. So this is take 3. Oh, my recording software has been crashing all night. So yeah, after giving the entire system a reboot, we'll see how stable it is. Hopefully we'll actually get something recorded this time. All right, so what we are doing, we have installed a gravity generator, so we actually have gravity in here, and we worked on the ship a little bit. This is about an hour's worth of work that, unfortunately, while I was recording, it crashed, so yeah. What we've done is we've installed some of the door mods. Let me show you the doors we've got right now. So we obviously, as you can see, we have the ramp mod as well, but we have Iron Hospital's airtight small airlock door. These are the deck _door _IR series of doors, and then we also have the glass door. And I don't remember who did glass door. This one might be Iron Hospitals as well, but I don't think it is. So I apologize if I'm forgetting who. Well, I am forgetting, but I apologize if I excuse me. Oh, went a little hoarse from all the talking this evening. I apologize if I misaccredit the door construction. Okay, so what we are doing here, let's open that up, and I think I'm going to take this one out and do the same thing we did upstairs, and I'll show you what that is here in a second. So we now have this little cubby hole area back here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put some small batteries in under the stairs, like the one you have there for just the little jump start battery. So we'll put 2 more of those in there, and then we'll start stacking regular batteries in front of it. And that'll take care of our general power supply needs for the ship. Go ahead and stand up, and I am going to weld this up really quick before we head upstairs, and I'll show you what we've done up there. I'm in the process of widening. Well, I've already widened the stairs themselves, and you are going to then go like so. See if we can actually get these to weld up. So the little blocks, the small grid blocks, the one thing I don't like about using them is that they are annoying to weld, because the hitbox is not always the easiest thing to find. So if you're grinding them or welding them, you will sometimes miss them in your targeting, and you end up hitting the blocks behind them. So let's go ahead and get these welded up really quick. Just trying to get this whole thing set up. And there you go. You see what I'm saying? And it's inconsistent a lot of times. That's what really bugs me about them. But I like the level of detail that we can get into the builds. So, you know, I just kind of subject myself to it. There we go. All right. So this will be our entrance area. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the ramp so that when the ramp is open, you enter and exit the ship from the front here, so you'll basically walk under the ship, which means this whole assembly is going to get lifted up a few blocks. Looking at it, probably about 3 blocks higher than it is right now. Yeah, about 3 blocks, so that you'll be able to walk in under the ship, walk up the ramp. We'll have another door here to basically seal off this area. Yeah, I am just like dying tonight. We will have a forward door over here, which will seal off the front compartment. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a vent in here, just so that we can have it pressurized in case we need it for some reason. I don't know what I'm going to put up here, though. I may end up making this my engineering. So we'll have like all of our ship stats and systems, like the monitoring systems up here. That might be what we end up doing with this. Alright, so door. We are going to grab the engine room door. What are you? Oh. Come on. There we go. Ah, all right. There we go. And do I have the parts for this? No, I don't. Of course not. Because, you know, that would be entirely too easy if I did. So let me walk you through the rest of this as soon as we finish building this up. Come here, you. Awesome. Okay. And just to show you what this is going to look like. You know what? Let's do this. Do I want to do that? I don't know if I'm going to do this or not on this one. Because I don't know if we're going to end up with a second layer of skin on the side. We may. I don't know yet. All right. All right, and so we'll end up with basically a lot of blocks that need to be welded up. But this gives you an idea of kind of what we're going for here. If you saw the multiplayer series that I did with Smorna Dredden about a year ago now, this little entryway area will end up looking kind of familiar to you because we're gonna come through and do some detail work in here, but for right now it works just fine. Come here, you. We want you out of there. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, that works. And we want you guys out of there. And basically we're just trying to make it look a little nicer, you know. Oh, come on. I can't believe I just did that. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that works, right? Looks good. Turn the lights on maybe. Now, like I said, we will have some lighting down here. We're going to do some work with the blocks to do some sculpting, so we'll have some framework in here to frame all this in, and make it look a little bit better. But for now, it does what it needs to do. All right. So the idea is, as I was saying, you come up this ramp. Once you get up to the top of the ramp, basically you come up, close it, and then there will be an airlock door here. And then once you go through there, you can come up here into the actual ship. You have your flight controls. I'll probably end up throwing another chair up here or something. I haven't decided exactly what we're going to do. But then you come in through back here and you have your cryopod. What this allows you to do is if you're out and about and you need to get to the flight control systems very quickly, and you're in the pod, you just hop out of the pod, come over, jump into the seat, and go. Not too worried about them. Okay. But that's the general idea of it anyway. I swear there's something... Every time I start recording, I get these damn hiccups. There. Okay, so let's go ahead and weld that up. And what we're going to do is we're going to end up piping this in through a lot of stuff. Like I said, I want to have, vents in here where we can actually get some things done. And I have interior plates, right?
Energy low.
Yes, I do. Okay. So we are going to have that come in through there. I don't believe you're an airtight block. I don't think it says. Yeah, I'll have to check, but I don't believe the small grid version of the cryopod is airtight. So what we can do is we can have you there. It's one block in, and we can do vent. We're going to take these thrusters off of here for right now. Air vent. That's what we're looking for. So we'll have a vent here, which means we can pipe air in and out. We will have... Thinking we're going to do an air vent there. I mean, I guess I could do that and then have air vent here. Place that there for the second. Yeah, that should work. Alright, so this allows us to then basically just pipe that in. Blow this up really quick.
Energy critical.
And then here we will do something like this. And so that way we end up with, so make sure we can actually get up and down those stairs without any problem. Yes, okay. I might go ahead and just replace all of these like so. And then we basically have something like this. We're looking for the small grid versions. Those are all large grids, so yes. 5x5.
No energy.
Crap. So you get for not paying attention to the giant flashing red power indicator. Alright. So let's get some power back here. So one of the things that I found out, I did some experimenting off camera. So it looks like one of the recent updates on Space Engineers has set it up so that now when you run out of power, you don't immediately start taking damage. It gives you what equates to about 2 ticks of electrical. So you know how you can see your percentage of the electrical drop. Generally, it drops every, I think, 5 to 10 seconds, depending on what you're doing. So in the amount of time that it takes for it to tick twice is how long you have to get to a chair before you start taking damage, roughly. I haven't actually sat down and timed it, but I tried it a couple of times because a couple of people had asked, and I thought maybe it was something with the shields. But even when you're out here, when you run out of power, you have a couple of seconds before you start taking damage, which is nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's rather awesome that they did that. So, alright, so we can weld some of this up. Again, it's more just about getting an idea of where things are going to go. Come on. Yeah, see, it's inconsistency on those hitboxes are the only reason I don't build more of these types of ships. It's just, I get irritated with it after a while. It's like, I love the game, but I would really like for some of these things to work a little bit better, you know? Here's what it is. Okay, and that should give you an idea of what we're going to be aiming for here. Now, I was talking to a few of you in the comment section as well as on social media, and you were asking about, you know, Windows, because I had mentioned I was going to change. I'll probably end up changing the block mods up a little bit, and you were asking which ones I was going to use and you know why. So what I'm thinking is I would like to bring in the small windows. So the small ship mega mod pack is the mod pack that takes basically everything that you have here and allows you to have a scaled down small grid version of it. So when we were talking last time is about things like the refinery, which is a 2x2x3 or 2x2x4 block, large grid. If you use the mega ship mod pack, there's a scaled down version that keeps the aspect ratio, but instead of being large grids, it's small grids. So if a block is 2x2x2, when you get the small grid version of it, scaled down small grid version of it, will be small grid 2x2x2. In fact, some of the, like this particular mod that I'm using has, okay, this is the one that allows you to mount it to a small grid, isn't the small grid, but this is normally a 1x1 block, as you can see over there, which, because of the conversion ratio, or the conversion rate, turns it into a 5x5 on the normal blocks, or on the small blocks. So 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. Had to stop and check that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you out of there. So what the Mega Mod pack will do is it'll give you a gravity generator. That's a 1x1. And what they did is they actually balanced, or tried to balance, the equipment by changing the efficiency of it, both the power intake as well as the output. So you can have a large refinery on a small grid block, but it's ridiculously expensive as far as power. It's much slower, and you end up, I think the efficiency of it is also dropped. I have to look at that. I haven't checked it in a while, so I could be completely wrong on that, but I do remember that the mod author at one point was worried about balance, and so had started taking steps to make it a little bit more balanced than it was. Alright, so I really don't like sharp edges. Yeah, not a huge fan of sharp edges in spaceships. For several reasons, the least of which is because I don't like running into them. Damn it. There we go. Yeah, I have to say that actually, I do like that a little bit better. Did we do that? Really? Alright, that's fine. Now, the other thing that we installed is the block extensions. So we actually have the odd-shaped transition blocks. Let's go out there, and we're going to grab you and you, because I can't remember which one I want to use. So if we go over here, it's going to be this one. So we go like that. What these blocks do is they add some of the shapes that a lot of people feel are missing from the game, so that we can get a little bit better on getting block shapes in here. Is this the one I want? Or is this the one I want? If we do that, that'll wrap it out. I do want it to wrap in. Alright, so we need you. So if we go that way, so what I'm trying to do is to get it so that the, oh, you know what? I think this one is just the regular you. So there we go. Regular block. Okay. And yes, I know you're probably all sitting there going, damn it, Hal, that's the block we've been telling you to use for like the last 10 minutes. But so one of the things that the block extender allows you to do is that when you get the odd corners that you sometimes get when you're using the two-part ramps especially, is that it will have connecting pieces for specifically for the 2x1 ramps. Okay. And so that gives us here, and I'm thinking we may do another door in here. I guess not, because we're going to have a door down here. So let's go ahead and get rid of these for right now. Wondering if we can actually get away with using this one. See, you are... So if we do... Alright, so why are you not... Ah, I need girders. Let's see if we can grab the parts we need here. Alright, so when you're using some of these doors, some of these door mods, in order to make them actually be airtight, even if they say they are airtight, you need to have them installed in the same line as the airtight blocks. So, for example, let's go here. You saw how we have it placed. Basically, this matches up with the grid. Now, you need to be sure that you've got those done correctly, because if you don't, it won't be airtight. I found that out the hard way several times. So once you figure out what you need to do and where the airtight connections need to be made, it becomes much simpler. So if we do that, can I get away with? Of course not. Why would you let me do that, right? So we go...
Energy low.
I swear, we're just burning through power. All right. We do that. Hold you up. See? Oh, and I'm almost out of O2. Alright, let's rectify these situations. What do you mean, no ice? Alright, let's go. Looks like I have to go on a ice mining expedition. We got some ice nearby, so I'm not too worried about it. I think the one that's got nickel, I think, has ice in it as well. So I know that we have ice in the near area, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll just have to go pick some up. Alright, recharged. Okay. So let's... get these welded up. So the door's welded. So you basically come in, close the door and head up. Not a fan of that door in this position, honestly. I like the door. I mean, do I want to use this one? This one might not be a bad door to use in this location. Because if we do that... Grab the pieces for this. And I'll show you why I'm thinking about this door here. Is because it is a straight up airlock door. It'll have to open, we'll have to flip it. Because that way when it opens, it'll come towards you and slide this way. So what I was saying about the blocks, I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't think I can weld that for... Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. Alright, so if we do that... You open this door here. And that's going to be blocked off, so you're not going to see it. Not a huge fan of it blowing through like that. Guess we're going to have to use the... yeah. Guess we'll have to use this one. And let's flip you that way. One motor shy, huh? Oh. Come here, you. Now, the one thing that I don't like about this door is that you see how you have the highlight here? It's very subdued. When you come through on this side, you don't have a highlight. Oh, no, wait. Oh, he fixed it. Nice. So, I stand corrected. So, this used to not have a highlight on it. So, I'm glad that that has changed. So, if anyone sees Iron Hospital, you know, thank him for fixing that. Alright, so you're gonna be there. So we're gonna have you... Well, what I can do is, instead of doing what we have, we could have this instead. No. We'll have to do this one. So we do that. Have something like this. And then if we have that, that gives us room to come back here. So the idea is we could either have this end here as far as the ship is concerned. And then the rest of this is basically our fuel and thruster array. I know we have part of the thruster array on the side here as well. We do that on both sides where the array was able to come out a bit. You see the tanks, I believe, are 5x, right? Yeah, those are 5x, so what we were talking about doing last time was having them basically mounted slightly off center. So if that's 5, so these would end up being something like that. And then on this side, effectively the same thing, right? I mean, we could even move those over one if we want it, which would end up giving us 2. Would that be enough for another one? How far out does that stick past? So that goes out to 3. You go. So if we move this one over 1, that would be the first one out. Move that over 2. Here, let's do it this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So you're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they are actually centered right now. How are you centered and the rest of the ship isn't? Two, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Interior wall's off. Oh no, it is actually centered. I'm just measuring from the wrong wall. This is the middle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So that's... Okay. So right now, we basically have 2 spaces if we move it over. Right. One, 2, 3, 4, and from here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what we were talking about doing is setting this up so that we would end up having this entire back panel closed off. Right. So this would be a wall back here. This entire area would be a wall, and completely closed off. Or if we wanted to place the tanks elsewhere and in different positions, we could have this open with a door that comes back into an area back here that might be, I don't know, like general maintenance stuff, or the a reactor room, because that's kind of what I was thinking originally, was have a reactor room in here. But in order to do a reactor room, we need a area that's basically 3 by 3. So I mean, it's not like it takes up a whole lot. So we could actually get away with
Energy low.
so it runs off both sides. So we could actually pipe that in somewhere. Wouldn't be able to put it there. It's too bad we wouldn't actually. Is there any way we can get that in there? 1, 2. We'd have to take. Nope, that won't work. Okay. Well, I mean it would, but we wouldn't be able to keep this area airtight. Damn, that's too bad. So then I'm sitting there going, that actually would work out really well, because then we just run connectors down here, or conveyor, conveyor connectors. Where would we run power through there? Because we could do that. I mean, we could run it here. And then that runs down the length here. Let me in there. All right. So that would run down the length there. So what we'd end up with is something like that. And let's take a look here really quick. So it would need to be there's where it would run through. So I mean, we could just do something like that.
Energy critical.
Or not. I mean, we just run that through there. How many conveyors is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Let's go grab some conveyor blocks. 2, 3. We'll grab 6. Just because we can. And we end up with you there. Which, believe it or not, actually works in our favor. Because we can then do that. So we have one vent here. Which would be say something like that. Then we have the second vent here. Oh, you know what we could do? Come on. Yeah, there. Thank you. What we could do is bypass this with oh no, I forgot. It's not the other tank. Damn. Jump in there for a second. Get some power back. Okay, so that gets us a little bit closer. I'm kind of liking the way the ship's coming together. Because, like I said, it's not supposed to be something that's ridiculously comfortable or, you know, overly amazing or anything. It really is meant to be just basically a runabout. You know, it'll have a little bit of ability. I'm probably going to end up with a room back here anyway, and that's where we're going to put the survival kit. I think is what we're going to do. Because if we then do this, check. So it's just on the top and bottom, right? Because that kind of implies that you can get back there. And we just run that, or do we want to do because this needs to be piped in somewhere as well, because this is our respawn location, because if it all drops in the pot, you know, we'll need to be able to respawn. So the question is do I want this in the front or the back of the ship? I think I want this in the back of the ship. Man, it'd be awesome if I could just get that to actually be attached right there. I mean, how awesome would this be if we could actually get this here? So you'd come up this way, Man, that would be nice. Because we're going to end up with a bunch of dead space over here. And that is going to bug me. We'd end up with something like this. See, if this was a regular ship, we'd be able to weld that thing up, no problem. But no. Alright, so we're going to end up with something along lines of this. Are you freaking kidding me? Alright, so if we do that, I'm telling you, the game is going to be the death of me at some point. Comes out. I may just put the light there, and that's to justify not having to worry about it. I don't know. Because I could run, if we do the respawn up here. The survival kit. Make sure, here we go. Because it has the connectors on the side here, what we could do is have that drop down there, I think. Is that right? Nope, it would be here. Why does that look like a half block? Ah. Because I grabbed the wrong block entirely. Okay. So basically we would have it piped down this way. We need no 2 generator. I mean, I guess I could... because that's gonna not allow us to pipe in the O2 that way. Then we have to, then we come back to the other piping system, which I guess is technically okay. So if we do that, that also gives us a large connector here for you know, absolutely nothing because you wouldn't be able to pass anything through there anyway. It'd just be small stuff like ore or ice would be about it. Let's see. That gets us all the functionality that we really need. But we don't have a way of reliably getting in here to get to this stuff. So I'm thinking then what we may do is have... Can we get you? We can fit you there. So if we put you there... We can fit you there, but that isn't actually where we need it to be. So I think this will be this will end up being our engineering section. And then what we'll do is have this open here. So we do a doorway. End up with a doorway here. So we'll end up with a doorway right here. That comes through. And
energy low.
all right. Out of steel plates. We're out of power. And I think we're pretty much out of time at this point. So I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you haven't done so, new to the channel, or just want to do something nice for me today, don't forget to hit that subscribe. And if you want to be kept up to date, be sure to ring the bell as well. And that note, I think we're going to get out of here. This is a pretty good area to stop for now, I think. Like I said, what we'll be doing is bringing this out. I will do a little bit more just to basically block this area off. We'll build out whatever room is going to be here. Because what I may do is I may actually just drop like cargo in here, put the air generator on the O2 generator on one side, and the survival kit. Oh yeah, it's been a long day. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you again for stopping in, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of this in here. So we'll have the door here, you swing around, put the survival kit here, and an O2 generator could be facing that room. Ooh, is the O2 generator airtight? I'm gonna have to check that. I don't know if that's airtight or not. I think it is. Oh, that could be interesting.